Yeah, what we're gonna do with them. And,
We are recording this and it's live, just so you know.
I appreciate that. So how's this Monday?
It's barely started.
Yeah, it's barely started.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can have this meeting.
Is
Check it off.
is this going to be on YouTube?
So shouldn't we? It should be, right?
Yeah, just now started live streaming.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's what we've been doing, so we may as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think technically it's not required, but why not?
Alright, well, it's recording and we're live streaming, so ready to start.
All right, thank you. I will call this meeting of the Solid Waste Special Service District to order at 8:04 a.m. Present are myself, Kaylin at the anchor location, as well as the rest of the board, Chad, Kevin, Diane, and Mary, as well as district staff, Mike, Chris, LJ, and
Jessica.
We have one agenda item today, and that is granting awarding the proposal. We don't actually have a contract yet, so it's just awarding the proposal for one of the solid waste rate study consultants. Do you, Mike, want to give the rest of the board a recap, or do you want me to?
I can certainly do that. One, I want to thank everybody for the help the past week. We've been trying to do stuff as fast as we possibly can for a number of reasons. And I appreciate everybody first thing on Monday morning being available like this, so thank you. We had 3 companies submit proposals for some financial planning and rate studies. We narrowed the field to 2 and did interviews, virtual interviews, obviously. One appeared much larger, but also much more in-depth, much more polished, much more, we thought we would get more bang for our buck. The committee pretty much, well, the committee did agree clear across the board on the obvious choice, Raftellus. They are a large company, multi-states, but we really think we could get a product that we'll be able to use. And these are one of the studies, many of the studies that we've needed. We've talked about rate, labor studies, et cetera, for the next 5 to 10 years. And this is information we'll be needing to make further financial decisions.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions?
I do.
Great.
In the preliminary look through at all 3, I noted that these folks mentioned an 8-week completion plan. And I wondered if that was something you guys have considered, if this is what we're looking at.
I believe it was I'm sorry, I believe that they thought they'd be able to have it finished by December.
Right. I think it was the one that we decided not to interview. I forget their name. That was
Cody.
Cody. I forget his business
EFG,
name.
I think.
Yeah, that had a much shorter time frame.
So I think you're referring to actually the 3rd company that did not make the interview process.
Okay, so these guys have, what time frame do these guys have then?
They should have it done. They have it outlined in their proposal, and I believe it was very well, it should be done within 4 months, didn't they say? Or less, be done by December. I don't have it right in front of me. Does somebody?
I believe it was December. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me either.
I could probably get to it
We
real
can
soon.
pull it up. If you go to the folder, and then go to board meetings, it's in there. the common folder, yeah. Go to the common.
So anyway, if it is December, I suspect the committee then this is what we're looking to work with, someone in that time frame. Is that what we're good for?
I don't understand your question. Could you repeat it?
I'm just wondering, I'm trying to get a feel for how long, how extended this back and forth will be with this RFP with these people.
Got it. Send me Jessica.
It seems like there will be some,
Yeah, but it might be good to show everybody.
Okay.
there'll be some back and forth up front with mainly with district staff about clarifying the data that they need and that the district has, or if the district needs to do a little work to
Page 15.
polish it up. And then they do a more internal process of processing it. And then it seems like there's another period, like once they have built what they call a model, a financial model and possible rates. They come back to the district, to the staff and the board to clarify what scenarios we want to analyze, which is a combination of like how fast we do capital improvements. How
On
much-
page 17, if you have it in front of you, is very much drawn out time frame. Beginning in July, ending beginning of December.
Okay, thank you.
With
It's on the screen now.
two, maybe 3 in person, and 1, 2, 3, 4 virtual meetings with us.
And over the course of those 5 months, the project kickoff, of course, and then the financial forecast and model development. Then they'll do a cost of service analysis and a rate design. And then they'll bring the reporting and the presentations to us in middle of November, early December.
Okay, thank you.
So they'll be reporting to us all along. They'll be collecting information and then reporting to us all along. Is that correct?
Yes, there'll be virtual meetings along at least 4. So at least once a month.
Great.
Any other questions, or would anyone care to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we offer the proposal, that we accept the RFP from Raftillus.
Thank you, Mary.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Kevin. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I will call for the vote. And since most of the board is not present, I will do it by roll call. Diane,
Yes,
Kevin,
Yes.
Chad,
Yeah,
Mary,
Yes.
Halen, yes, motion passes 5-0. And we've reached the end of our agenda. So if there are no objections, I will adjourn this
What,
meeting.
weren't we going to do the
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Uh,
the fraud assessment, or
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is review and sign annual fraud risk assessment.
Did you have that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
The risks of not having an agenda in front of me.
And one other thing I just wanted to mention, aren't we supposed to have the fire at the landfill on July 4th? Why did they up that date?
We're doing dress rehearsals now.
Oh, I see. Practice time.
it was Memorial Day, so it's another
That's
flag
right.
flying weekend.
That's right. It's true. We're glad that worked out really well and it happened quickly and we got it under control. Thank you.
Oh,
When do you leave, Chad?
Wednesday.
Safe travels. That would be
Thank
great.
you. Got a lot of packing to do today.
Yes, you do.
Where are you going, Chad?
I'm going to Kenya and then Tanzania.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, that's the kind of trip you don't really pack your bag. You have go over with an empty suitcase and you come home with all of the, the clothing from the area.
Yeah. You guys, you'll be shocked to see me at the next board meeting.
transcript AI.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't know what it was. We've been wondering what it is the whole time. I thought it was called Fathom, so that's why I wasn't letting it in.
I'm sorry about the delay there. The fraud risk assessment is an annual thing, a part of the audit that has to be, go through the board. Basically, it's a self-scoring situation to make sure we have processes in place to avoid any, to avoid fraud and other issues in our financial situation, just to make sure everything is above board and that we have processes in place to avoid people trying to take advantage of any systems we might have. It's a scoring system. We're right in the moderate score of 280. We need to be above 276 to be considered moderate. And that's exactly where we're at. Same score as last year. The auditor basically brings this to us and we have to do a self risk assessment. And then the board has to approve it and sign off on it, basically.
Does this affect,
It's more
when we're getting financing, does it affect the terms at all? Or availability of?
It
financing?
could, especially if you had a low or failing score. We are right in the moderate. It's more of a formality. It has to be in the files.
It's pretty much where we've been every
Yes.
year.
It is.
Could you put it up?
How best to do
Or
that?
anyway, I know it's a formality. We do it all the time at the county. I was just wondering, maybe at the next meeting, we could go through it and see if there's any areas we could help to raise our score. I know there's
I don't-
certain things you can do, like,
I don't think there's any rush on this. I think that's a good idea. I apologize for not scanning it in and having it available.
yeah, so it's something we could do at the next meeting.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
you-
see it. Do you, LJ?
Mm-mm.
No, there's no
Yeah,
problem.
Because if I remember right, there's some simple things you can do to raise your score. Like have people sign a pledge or some certain things we do at this county, we did at the county to get our score up. It was real easy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I don't see, I think we've done the low hanging fruit.
We have,
I would think most of it is already done as far as the low hanging. It would be nice to be able to try and get this a little lower. It's actually, you want to be high or low, actually. I'm reading it backwards, but we're right in the middle, exactly where the exact same score we had last year.
well, I make a motion that we accept the fraud assessment.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Kevin. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I will call for the vote. Mary,
Yes,
Kevin,
You bet.
Chad,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes, with Kaylin, you say you have looked at it. I haven't even looked at it. And you say you have looked at it. I'm not familiar with this document at all, but
I'm looking at it just now.
okay.
But, and I can confirm that it is as Mike said, and, yeah,
I do want it on the, in the next packet where we, and, you know, where we can look at it, maybe discuss.
Review it. You know, it's one that comes out every year and that, you know, I'm quite familiar with. I think most of the, Diane, we've seen it many times and we continue to work diligently to, you know, make sure we're above that score of 275. I think it is a 278, something like that. So thank you for keeping at it, guys.
Diane, did you vote? Sorry. Did Diane vote?
Yes.
She asked a question.
Yeah.
Okay, and I, Kalen, vote yes. Motion passes 5-0.
And we can also email it to everybody today, so.
Well,
Perfect.
that would be great.
Consider it done.
Okay. Any future considerations? Was there another item?
Mm-mm. Just the
Nope.
next meeting.
Okay. Yeah, that was part, sorry, my bad.
And you can pull it up if you want, but
No,
it's-
I'm looking at it right here. No,
Okay.
we're good. Sorry.
All right, we have now come to the end of our agenda. So if there are no objections, I will adjourn this meeting at 8:20 a.m. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
you.
Thank you.
Safe